can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Yellow, yellow. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jabal Sheard wreaking the defensive havoc.
Well, if you're going to throw the ball on 1st and goal from the 2, the worst thing that should result is an incompletion for you offensively. But Brandon, this is a different type of football. Back in my day, 1st and goal from the 2, a lot of big people with big neck rolls, they were on the field trying to ram it into the end zone.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. Well, definitely be a disappointment to come out of this starting position with just 3 points. They need to try to dial something. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Luck defers to Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. Room here to run. And he's in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Huge play by the defense. Not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete to Sterling. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. And that's something you almost never see nowadays. When you fake it, you're at the 15-yard line on a PAT as opposed to just going for it from the 2.
I'm sorry. I know they got it, and congratulations to them, but it's just not a good play. I mean, the risk-reward is really off the charts. Not in your favor. Run your offense out there. Put it on the 2-yard line if you want to go for 2. But I'll be darned. They ended up getting that one, didn't they?
Marlon Mack now heading back out there. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Luck now to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Luck. Pass incomplete. He was looking for Chester Rogers that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Tyrann Mathieu has a cornerback's build with safety skills. The Honey Badger knows where the football is.
3rd and long. It's Luck. And that's knocked away and incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And that had far too much air under it. It's out of the back of the end zone. And the football will come out to the 20-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. And going deep for Hill. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 45 yards. Sometimes the one-handed catches are unnecessary, but he was trying to ward off the defender with the other, so maybe that was just a good play.
That tells you that not only do they imagine those types of catches, they actually work on them with defenders jostling them in order to keep their concentration and haul it in.
They'll roll them out right. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. On play action, it's Mahomes. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 35 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Now, first quarter. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
Partner, they're up big. They snap the ball from the 15 for a regular PAT, yet they fake it and get it. Is the kicker's leg tired? What's going on here?
I don't know, but defensively, now with this deficit, now you add 2 more onto that. They fake the PAT. That stings a little.
It definitely stings, and I know the guys that I played for, they wouldn't be as mad at the opposition as they would have been at us for allowing that to happen.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Love. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Love. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter.
The Chiefs bring pressure, and they block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. As his guys are in for 6. As his guys continue to pour it on.
Partners, you well know, every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
And the formula there on the two-point try to go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big, this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Jack Doyle that time. And now it's second down. Naeem Hines, his first carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage. Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. And now here comes Kansas City. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Pretty solid run here on first down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Williams. And he's into the clear. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, 70 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They'll look to run for it with Williams. And he is into the end zone again. So get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a very short kick. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go.
And some room to run now. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter as his guys continue to pour it on. So a designed run all the way, and he took it the distance. I don't know that anybody saw that coming.
Well, on this play, how about the vision of him, being able to see the open field, make his move, and get there. Oftentimes, defenses have a spy for the quarterback position to try and take care of it. On that play, if they did, it certainly
He's
didn't
lost.
Yeah, there's no doubt.
And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. He's got Jack Doyle. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Here's Luck, and that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much mustard. Not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He's played a pretty clean first half. A touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown. And got his man complete. 20, 10, and all the way in.
Entering settings screen, you have 18 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
For a Kansas City touchdown. Sammy Watkins, an 80-yard touchdown as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Here's Lott. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. These guys... Punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing is Love, and the throw there going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
Here we go. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50.
Past the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Now it's Love. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Flying in to blow that play up, Alex Okafor.
Right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you get momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, now a hit and Locke lost the football. It's out, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 40, the 20. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown.
That's the one you make spin. That's the one you make spin.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit. Maybe featuring other people touching it for a while. And then you've got a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now Luck throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They run with Hines. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Now we see Sammy Watkins getting ready to go again on offense. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guy's trying to cover him. They haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still accept the challenge, maybe you have to change your focus. You have to get after the quarterback a little bit, disrupt his. Timing, because right now it feels like pitch and catch. Make sure he's not able to have clear sight lines to him, and maybe that'll slow him down.
And this is not the guy you want to let play pitch and catch. Mahomes now at 200 yards already in this first half, and he's not done yet. 1st and 10. Mahomes now to throw. And going deep for Hill. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And going deep. And this is caught inside the 5. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half, as his guys continue to pour it on. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They're going to try and run here. And they're a perfect 5 for 5 now on 2-point conversions as he is in to get them 2 more. Needed a couple yards for the 2-point try. They go to the ground game, and it works.
And sometimes it's the exact right thing to do, because a lot of teams play you for the pass, so you spread people out, decide to run the football. You often find good running lanes.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. It's a short kick here, fielded at the 24. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Marlon Mack now heading back out there. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down. To throw is Lott. This goes out right to Doyle.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Lott, and that will be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
to the football. It's blocked.
Those really long field goals, when they are made, they are things of beauty, but there is a danger to getting them started, isn't there?
Yeah, with that low drive, you've got to really keep it low to the ground, don't you, to get that distance?
Yeah, hard to just pop it up in the air because otherwise it's not going to get there. So he's got to drive it low in order to have the distance, and that usually puts it in jeopardy, gives him a chance to block it, and everyone knows it on the other side. That's when you get your best jumpers on the other side of the field and try and get up and get it.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to fire one deep. Middle. And this is caught inside the 5. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Mahomes now going to lead his guys up for the 2-point try. They'll look to run for him with Williams. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Only had a couple of yards to gain there on the 2-point conversion, and they were able to do it.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it in.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. A second broken tackle. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. They give this one to their receiver, Watkins. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, as the first half is won. Winding down as his guys continue to pour it on. Andy Reid never one to shy away from taking chances. He'll go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. Sheds another. And bulldozing through multiple tackles. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They're going to try and run. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And it's a short kick taken out beyond. And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. Oh, a design run for their wideout. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we've come upon him. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chiefs offense and Tyreek Hill heading back out onto the field. A monster game so far, third quarter. He is lighting up the stat sheet.
And so many times when you see these types of games, you hear about the quarterback, or we talk about the quarterback throwing guys open, putting it in the right spot. How about some credit for the receivers, though, who find ways to get open, whether they uncover late in a route or they get open early, but they just always find a way. And he's having that type of a game.
Yeah, he's been nearly impossible to cover. So a good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Well, now they'll try the end around. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 55 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this. No, okay.
Here's the Colts now as they get ready for their first possession on offense of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started.
And he loses the football a second time. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
We're going to shut you down.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them pass it, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time, but it'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10.
15.
They go play fake. Mahomes. He'll take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points. Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. They go play action. Now Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, a 3-yard run as he kept it himself, as his guys continue to pour it on. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us, and they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. That could also result in a melee later, though. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
And oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around. And we just saw.
And he will take it. For a Chiefs touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 28 yards. And the Chiefs use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Short kick. It's taken to the 23. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum.
On 1st and 10, Luck. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, 63 yards. And the Colts gain a bit of respectability.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I just remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs, I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
They go play action here on 1st down. It's Hill, complete. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken way up by the 25. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40.
Let's go.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Everyone, you got 4 down. Watch it.
Back to the air. Luck on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game.
T.Y. Hilton, nobody to beat. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. That's a heck of a way to convert on 3rd and long, and he showed a lot of trust in his receiver.
And that trust was justified because he went up and got the football.
And he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines, his second touchdown of the night. And it's for pride now, but the Colts get a bit closer.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know, I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's been a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. No, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but that's caught at the 25. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 63 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And, my friend, I think it's safe to say that this game is pretty much deceased at this point. It's taken a knee, so to speak.
It is definitely this victory formation. Take the snap, take the knee, call it a night, call it a game, call it whatever. I agree with you totally. I don't think there's much left to get except for those who want to run up the score.
I knew this was over about a minute ago when you took your stat sheet and just flipped it over your shoulder in the trash can.
Yeah, that's similar to the guys cutting tape off right before the game's over. We know this thing's done.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.